Okay, so today we're going to be doing a Zoom meeting game of Triumph. So my name is Rod Kane. I'm with the Washington Grand Company, and on the Zoom channel today I have David Schlanger and Terrence McPartland, and we're all members of the Washington Grand Company and the team, part of the team that brought you these rules. And today we're going to play out a 48-point battle. David is going to take the later Crusader army that we have, and Terrence is going to take the Mamluk Egyptians. And what we're going to do is go through the setup, play out the game, and we're also play testing live a couple of draft battle cards in their current form, and I'll introduce those with the armies. So, David, you want to say hi?
Hello.
And Terrence, would you like to say hello? Okay, so
Hey
Terrence. So, David's army, later Crusaders. We have a Knight General, 3 additional stands of Knights, 5 stands of Heavy Foot, 2 Archers, 3 stands of Bow Levy, and a Fortified Camp. So the Fortified Camp is one of the first battle cards that we'll be introducing. So Fortified Camp means that this camp is much harder to take. It's a +2 to its normal defense. So the Crusader camp is without a garrison is already tougher than a normal camp. Second battle card in this army will be the Knights have 1 use of Charge Through. And Charge Through allows the Knights to charge through any formed foot. They can do it once in the battle, and those 2 cards cost 1 point each. So the total point cost of this army is 47 points. Mamluk Egyptians. So we have an Elite Cav General with 2 additional stands of Elite Cav, 2 stands of Javelin Cavalry, 3 stands of Horsebow, 2 stands of Bow Levy, a Skirmisher, a Light Foot, and an Artillery. The Mamluk Egyptians will be taking the battle card Shower Shooting, which will be applied to the Elite Cav. And what Shower Shooting allows them to do is, if they remain stationary, they can fire at a +2, not the usual +3 for massed archery, and they also can fire in the opponent's turn. So they will have the ability to do ranged fire with the Shower Shooting battle card. That costs 1 per stand, so that makes that's an additional 3 points to this army. This is a 48-point army. So with that said, David, your invasion and maneuver ratings.
Yeah, my invasion is 3.
Okay. And Terrence, what is your invasion?
We're a little less likely with an invasion of 2.
Okay. So, just for simplicity, we'll be using the red dice for the Egyptians and the blue dice for the Crusaders, and we'll stick with that throughout the game. So we'll start out with the invasion roll to see who's invading who. Now, we add your invasion ratings together. It looks like the Crusaders are invading. So Crusaders will be invading with a score of 7 to Terrence's 6. And what is your terrain, David?
My maneuver rating is 1.
No, I'm sorry. What is your terrain?
He's invading me, so it's my terrain, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
My
Terrence.
terrain
What is your
is
terrain?
dry.
Dry. So we're playing in dry terrain, which is good because I got the dry table out. So David, your maneuver rating is 1, and Terrence, your maneuver rating is
A little more frisky 3.
3. Okay. All right, Terrence, you received a 6. David receives a 4, so you've outmaneuvered him by 2. We're going to roll and add the dice together for our terrain selection. We have a 9, which you can adjust up or down by 2.
Well,
What would you like to select for your terrain pieces? With 9,
Yeah, go ahead.
with 9, you can have 4 pieces of terrain, or you can go down to 7, which is 3, or you can go up to 11, which is 5. So would you like 3, 4,
we'll
or
go
5?
down 2 to 7 because of our maneuver advantage. We'll reduce 2 and go down to 3 pieces of terrain.
And go. All right, so Terrence has scored 9. He's chosen to go down in terrain because he wants lots of room for his army to maneuver. So he's going to pick 3 pieces of terrain, and we kind of picked these off camera He's got 3 small roughs. So now we're going to choose a battle card, or terrain card, sorry. And the terrain card that you're going to get, Terrence, I'm picking a fresh card, is number 17.
Number
So
17.
number 17, and I'm going to put this up for the camera so they can see it. Hopefully that's in focus. So there is number 17. So the question is, pieces 1, 2, 3, and they're all equal size. Where would you like to place them?
So first off, I'd like to take the side of the board where number 2 is.
Got it?
Okay.
So we're going here.
Right, and then that number 2 piece can touch both sides, as the card indicates.
Yep. Actually, this should be number 2. Okay, so number 2 is touching both sides.
Number 1 can be a little towards the it's on the other side, but it should be as close to the edge as it can be without touching it.
Got it. Number one is as close to the edge as it can be without touching it. And then the last piece
And
of
then
terrain
number 3 is pretty much bounded by the card.
is going to have to go, and it's almost round, so it's basically going to go right here.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 3 pieces of rough. And now we'll be ready to deploy the armies, but first we're going to deploy the camps. David, you lost the maneuver. So where would you like to place your fortified camp, which is going to go on this side of the board?
Right about where you have it is fine.
Okay, so pretty much in the middle, checking it is legally placed. And then Terrence, about your camp. Back edge between the sticks.
A little towards the terrain piece that's on other way. That's on that base edge. Yep.
Right to the end limit?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so our camps are placed, and we're going to get out our battle line deployment, and then we're going to put out our the rest of our forces, and then we're going to start the game. So we've now got the battle line troops out for the 2 different armies. The Crusaders have to deploy in the center of their deployment area 5 heavy foot, 2 archers, and a general, and they have to deploy before Terrence deploys his army of Egyptians. So, David, where would you like to place your troops? And I'm going to set up the box for you.
So Rod, I chose to deploy the general, but I didn't have to.
Correct. You did choose to deploy the knight general because you figured he was going to be in the middle of the army anyway, but you just had to deploy one of your knights to get to the 24 points that you needed in order to meet the minimum deployment requirements.
Okay.
So here is your box. Let me make sure I got
All right, so can I have the 5 heavy foot on my left side of that box all the way forward in a line?
So I'm assuming you want them here.
Yes.
All right, that's the 5 heavy foot. You have the archers and the general left to deploy. I'll make sure I'm putting them right distance back. There we go.
Okay, put the general behind the center heavy foot.
The general behind the center heavy foot. Okay.
Yeah.
Archers.
Can you put the 2 archers in column behind the left, my left heavy foot?
So in the open.
You're right. Yep.
Okay. Are you happy with that? As soon as I know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good thing these are my figures.
I was happy.
You were happy. Okay. So Terrence, you have to deploy your entire army. And we have this camp on one edge of the box. And your battle line forces are your elite cav and your bow levy. They have to go in the center,
Okay.
along with at least 8 more points, which you've chosen the Jav Cav. The rest of your army can be deployed on the flanks as you desire, but you have to deploy the entire army now. Where would you like them?
So, Rod, I'd like to take one of the Jav calves and put it in the corner in front of the camp.
The corner in front of the camp. So that's going to be the start of your line there.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then the 3 elite cav next to them.
Okay, with the general in the center?
Yep.
Okay, so the general's in the center. Hopefully you can
And
see
the
the
oth-
big green flag.
And the other Jav cav next to them.
Okay?
And then the 2 bow levy lined up with that piece of rough going.
All right, I was kind of guessing that in anticipation. They going to go hide in the rough? And we
Well,
should
let's hope
point
so.
out what a rough terrain. We should point out what rough terrain does. Rough terrain does not block line of sight, but it interferes with group moves, making them more expensive. And it also it doesn't affect line of sight for command or for firing, so it won't affect any kind of shooting. It just affects the group move and the speed. So if mounted go in there, there's penalty for fighting, things like that. You have left an artillery piece, 3 horsebow, a skirmisher, and a light foot.
Okay, I'd like to put the 3 horsebow in a column behind the general, but about 1 full base width behind the general, so that they have room to. No, facing the Crusaders. Yep.
Right, I'm just using him as a marker. Because
Oh, I see.
I anticipated you want to be able to wheel
Right.
these guys somewhere. There's a problem with that. You don't quite have enough room behind the general to do that, because he'll be off the table.
Okay. So just put that second guy in the front. Yeah, you could do that. That's fine.
Well, you
That's-
want to put the second guy in the front?
No, it's better. Just put them all in one line, and they'll just be a little closer.
Yeah, you'll have to move your front line forward to have room for a wheel
Right.
maneuver in either direction. Okay? Now, you have an artillery piece and you have a light foot and a skirmisher.
Okay, so the artillery piece I'd like to put on the sort of at the end towards the green on my. I'm sorry, it's hard to describe because I have to reverse it. It's on
Jav
my
cav or bow
left,
lever?
on my right side, the right side of my line,
Right side of your line.
over by the point of the paint on the battle mat. Yep, over
So
there.
somewhere over here?
Yep.
Okay, so the artillery is going to be way out here by itself. And where would
Okay,
do you want
but
any
I'd like-
particular
I'd like to-
orientation?
I'm sorry.
Any particular orientation?
Yeah, so I'd like it to be at about a 30-degree angle pointing towards the bad guys. I mean the Crusaders.
Okay, so I got to get my protractor out. We had this discussion about angles before, guys.
That's good.
About there?
Yep.
Rod, you always do the angles really well.
Yeah.
And he can be joined by the light foot on the rough going side of things over there.
Light
No, just
foot.
the light foot.
Light foot is on his flank.
And the skirmisher can be on the other end.
Skirmisher over here by the bow levy.
Yep.
Okay. So we have the Egyptians' deployment. David, where would you like to put?
Rod, you should check and see if that. You should check and
Oh,
see
wait,
if that
this guy's too far
light
forward.
foot is too far forward.
Yeah, let him be lined up with the back of the base. So
Yeah, so now he's lined up with the back of the base. He'll be okay. He'll actually have to be a little farther back than that because of the 30-degree angle. So they're not in a group, just so you know, Terrence.
okay.
Because you wanted to angle the artillery.
Actually, why don't you, in that case, why don't you put the light foot behind the artillery?
In column.
There you go.
The dreaded artillery light foot combo column of the Egyptians is a famous
It's a
historical.
1-2 punch. It's a well-known 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's a well-known historical formation. So, David, you have 3 more stands of knights, and then the elite bow levy to deploy. And these are the elite bow levy. So they all
Yes.
have matching bows. If you see, they have matching color for their bows.
Yeah, they're great.
Right.
Can you put the bow levy on the end of on the right side of my line? Behind the bed going, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, that terminology works best for me, guys. Tell me right side of your line, left side of your line. It works pretty good. Because I know with Zoom and everything, things get a little crazy mirror image wise. So we have 3 stands of knights. You want to put them in front of the artillery or someplace else?
I want to put them behind. I have to use my charge through battle card if I bought it, right?
Well,
So
you
put them
You don't
behind
have
the.
to
required
use
to
it.
spend
You
it.
can buy it and not use it. So
Yeah,
that is
you're not required to
I
spend it.
do. I don't have the self control for that. So can you put them
Yep.
behind the heavy foot?
Got it. Okay, so we have, because he bought it, he has to use it. Otherwise, what was the point in buying it, right? Uh-huh. Good thing I don't use that with my woodworking tools and my wife. Okay, so we have our deployment. So it is, since the Mamluk Egyptians won the maneuver, they get to go first in the first turn. Even though it is a Crusader invasion, these guys chose where the battle was going to take place and when it was going to take place. So we have a red die out. Terrence, enroll in your first command pip roll. Remember how good I am at this, right?
I love you anyway, Rod.
Hey, keeping up
Excellent.
this tradition.
So that's a good start. Let's move the whole front line up to the edge of the bad going.
Okay, and you want to move at the full speed of the bow levy, which won't quite get you to the edge of the bad going.
All right, that's good enough.
Remember the tremendous speed at which the bow levy go, which is so that they don't have the wind mess up their hair too much when they're running. They only go 2.
People
All right,
don't
so-
always understand the historical connection between bow levy and pomade.
All right, so I mean, I made this new rolling box and everything to get more dice action, so I don't know what to tell you. David, here's your...
Yeah.
See, look, I doubled your
Nice.
command pips.
It's already unfair.
Hey, my
Rod,
granddaughters played with these dice all day yesterday, so they are filled with child luck.
can you move the front rank of my battle line forward?
Keeping the bow levy as well in formation.
I'm actually gonna march move the bow levy.
Oh, so you want to go a full 4 MU then?
Well, you have to explain it.
All right,
You need to explain it.
So basically, Dave's going to use both of his command pips to double move the bow levy, which will allow his entire line as a group to exceed
Only
their
only the front rank.
Uh-oh. Only the front rank. You're leaving the knights behind?
I'm gonna consider what I'm doing. Who's going with?
Oh, okay. So we're not taking the archers, we're not taking the knights.
Well, I haven't decided yet.
Okay. So, moving the whole front rank 4 MU forward from its original starting position. And of course my head's right in the way, isn't it? That's okay, we don't need to see me fumbling around. Alright, so with the bow levy and the front rank, which would have had to take 2 pips to double move, this is where your front rank would end up.
Okay.
And the way that was possible for those watching at home, they only go 2, but they use 2 command pips to double move, so that let them go 4.
And
Can
they're
you
only
put-
allowed to double move because they're far enough away
Because
from the
they're
Mamluks.
because the Egyptians didn't really charge forward. They're more than 8. Okay, David, what would you like to do?
The 2 knights on the right side of my line. Can you move them up with the group and leave the other 2 with the archers?
Done. So 2 knights up. The rest are staying back as a group with the archers.
Yeah, they're scared. They'll stay back there.
Well, the general's there, so that's probably fitting that they're scared. Okay, so It is time for another great Egyptian pip roll. No, really, seriously, Terrence, my grandkids did play with these all day yesterday. There you go.
Okay.
Is it time to spring the horsebow trap?
It might be. That's sort of what I was thinking, but let's. Yeah, actually, let's move the horsebow a couple of times.
Okay, where would you like them to go?
I'd like them to wheel to my left.
To your left, so out this way.
Yep.
Okay, so we're conducting a wheel with the horsebow because I assume you want to do this as a group move.
Yep.
All right, so the first thing that happens is to group move this column, the front rank actually wheels.
So maybe not a 90-degree wheel. Basically, point them so that they can clear the end of the yeah, right.
Got it. So the front rank wheels. That means that this front corner had to stay locked. And then we're going to move them. The first move that they're going to make is going to be based on their farthest moving front corner, and they're going to go 8. Now we see if the rest of the group has the movement to join up, which they do. So this is actually a one command pip move for the horsebow. All right, so next, want to continue that? Are we going?
I'd like to continue that, yes.
You're more than 8 away from the enemy, so you can continue that, and you want to continue to move kind of at this angle that just clips the back and straight ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. That will put them here, just clearing the end of the line.
Okay.
Okay, so that was a double move. That's 2 command pips for the horsebow. That leaves you 3 command pips to spend.
And am I able to make a third move like that?
No.
So it's
No.
only 1 and
Nice
2.
try. So you can only do 2. That's so you can only
Okay.
do the march move twice in the game.
Once.
Sorry, you can only march move once, so it's a total of 2 moves. So anytime you want to spend the extra command pips, you can move a unit or group or standard group twice, as long as the second move has not come anywhere within 8 of the enemy. So, all right. So, what would you like to do with your 3 remaining command pips? You got this artillery.
So I'd like to move the artillery up. Straightforward.
Okay. The artillery only moves 3, and it costs 2 command pips, and 1 extra command pip to move the artillery. So that would leave you with 1 left. Artillery is going to move straight forward 3. Oh, sorry,
And then-
2. 2. Sorry,
That's
my
so one
mistake. I forget. Artillery are not very fast.
not so
They're going to
quick.
move a total of 2, which is their base depth.
and then the light foot can come up on their right side.
Okay, that's it. All right, David, here we go. Oh, 5 for you.
Okay. Can you, how far away is the artillery from my, the end of my foot line?
The artillery
Is it,
away from your foot line. I'll put the 8MU down. So they're probably 8, almost 10 MU away.
Okay.
More than 10 MU.
Can you wheel my whole main battle line
Starting
with yeah, I want to wheel so that corner stays where it is.
that corner stays
So
there.
yeah.
So you want to present your flank to the artillery. Is that the idea?
Yep.
Okay. So you want a max wheel?
Yeah.
Including the mounted?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Max wheel completed. That's
Okay,
one.
am I within 8? Am I within 8 of the artillery?
You are not.
Okay, good. All right, now I would like to make a column with the 2 knights in the back. Not the general leading it. I want the non-general to lead it
Got it?
and run it basically up toward the Lightfoot.
Okay. That's 1. And he can just make it. And 2. So that's one
Okay, so
command
that-
pip out of the 4 remaining.
Okay, I'd like to march move them up to be just outside of 8 of the artillery range or of the enemy.
So basically, they would have to stop here, which is just
Just outside of
artillery range and just outside of 8, so they could complete their march move. So they've completed march move. You've got 2 left.
Okay. Can you bring individual move my archers obliquely to my right, kind of up and to the right?
How? So let me place. Where do you want the front edge to be? Like here?
Yeah, just lined up with the battle line kind of thing. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Just bring them straight forward.
Straight forward.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay. So that was, you still had
that
one
what you-
left, but you technically, you could march move something on the far end if you wanted, or the knights.
Actually, can you move the rear archer back to where he was and move him off to the right, to my right?
So you want him back
I'll break
where-
them in.
I'm sorry. Back where he was.
You just move him off to the right. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. Terrence, Egyptian's turn. Another 5.
Okay. Let's move the let's move the 2 bow levy and the skirmishers as individuals, right?
Okay. Yes, because they're going into the rough terrain, and they're not all skirmisher or rabble in the group, they would have to move individually.
Right.
They're not moving individually. They're moving as a group for
Moving
more
as a
command
group, but
points.
they spend 1 pip per stand or per column. Are we going in, and we're staying
Yes.
in a line, Terrence?
Staying in a line, please.
Okay, so it'll be 1 command pip for each column in this group that is moving into the rough terrain because of the rough terrain and the fact that we have non-rabble, non-skirmisher in the group. So that would be 3. You've got 2 left.
Okay, let's take the horse bow. Let's take the horse bow. Yeah, that's good.
Something like that? They fox
Like
hunting?
that is better. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
And
Terrence, you
are
do
they-
remember
are they
you do
out of eight?
remember that bow levy and horsebow don't mix really well. It doesn't come out well for the bow levy or horsebow in my opinion, but who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
but
you'll
we're
be lucky.
headed for the camp, so not a problem.
Oh, the fortified camp. Okay. You have 1 command pip left. Would you like to do something with it? You want to bring the line up?
Let's move the line up to
Okay.
join the other buddies there.
All right. So that was a very expensive line move of 4 command pips to move this whole line up, bringing those ever valuable bow levy with. Okay. So Crusader's turn. Uh-oh, you only got a 2. That's because you broke into 4 groups, so you'll never roll higher than like a 3 now.
Okay. Rod, can you wield the 3 bow levy more severely?
Well, Well,
forward.
you really go. Severe movement
just
and
the
bow
bow
levy
levy.
don't really make any sense. But you mean like this? So you want to bring the center out?
Let me think for a second. No, I think that's a bad idea.
At that
I
speed,
keep
3 days later, they might actually face those horsebow that won't be here anymore.
I keep forgetting that they have archers in their line there. I think.
Well, his shower shooting ability is with these three. These don't shower shoot.
Yeah, I know, but he's got archers there too.
Well, they're bow levy.
No, he's got archers there too.
Who
I don't
does?
have any archers.
No.
Oh, well then what are those other things? Oh, those are jav cav. My bad.
Sorry,
Okay.
jav cav, bow levy, skirmisher.
Right. Okay. Can you move the archer in behind the center of my line? Keep him going a little bit up and to the right.
Like here?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Go on. And can you move him again?
You want to move him
March
again?
move him.
He's
Yeah.
more than 8 from everybody, so you want to march move him over here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now for the good guys, or the evil bad guys. You only got 2, Terrence. I have the dice synchronized apparently.
I like that. It's at least fair.
You're. Oh, I made it. Yeah, that was actually a single move. So you are within 8 now, just so you know, of the bow levy.
So Rod, if I moved 8 directly towards his baseline, don't move me yet, but at that point, would my lead guy be still in command control from my general?
No. None of them would be.
Okay.
So command control being the length of this stick. Like,
But for the record, despite their having bows, the bow levy's shooting is actually resolved as part of close combat.
correct. So you don't have to worry about the bow levy unless you decide to go into base-to-base contact. In base-to-base contact, they can be very dangerous for horsebow, because the horsebow are only going to be in an average fight they're going to be a +2, and the bow levy are going to be a +3. Now the horsebow do shatter the bow levy. But the bow levy are also a 2-point unit. The horsebow are 4, so you're risking a much more expensive unit and the chances to get a kill. Now, if you can hit them in the flank or get some kind of advantage, then that's better. So,
All right, let's move the horsebow so that they can remain within command range of their general.
then they'll have to cut the angle like that.
Yep.
So using my marker, something like that.
Yep.
Okay. So the horsebow in column for 1 command point. Here comes the screaming column of horsebow. And the beauty of it is that the bow levy are so slow, they really can't react to that. So if you don't choose to engage them, the bow levy don't really have the option to engage you. You have 1 command point left, Terrence, out of the 2.
All right, let's move the 5 mounted stands next to the bow levy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move them up. What is the distance between the elite cav and the heavy foot right now?
Right now, I think you're probably about 6-ish. You're just over 6 on the far end, and you're just under 6 on the close end. You want to get within 3 so you can try out that really cool shower shooting?
I did have that evil thought, yes.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is wheeling a bit towards them. It's hard for me to see with the cat, to sort of get the
Yeah,
feel
I
of the
understand.
camera, so-
Well, so basically, it would be very easy for you to wheel the calf up to within 3,
Mhm.
if that's where you want to put. That also puts you within charge range of their foot. Is that what you want to do?
I'm thinking.
Should I pause the video so you can think offline?
No. How about move to 4 away?
4 away.
Mhm.
So just teasing him.
Yeah, that's where I want to be.
Okay. I'm gonna put you at 4 away. So for one command pip, we're wheeling in.
And the reason, just for the record, the reason is with shower shooting, if I moved into shooting range, then I wouldn't be able to shoot because I moved.
Correct. You wouldn't be able to shoot if you moved into shooting range, but he would be able to charge on the following turn. You're always going to have that problem with shower shooting. The other thing is shower shooting's only a +2, so it's very ineffective against the heavy foot. You might break up their line, maybe. But it's
Right,
much
but
more
this-
effective
this
against
way, if he moves towards
others.
me, I would have the opportunity to shower shoot
Correct.
him.
If he moves on you, you'll have a chance to shoot and use it before he hits you. So that's probably a good call. All right.
Okay.
So, David,
That's my 2 pips.
that's your 2 pips. 5. Okay, we're back into the 5 cycle. So these dice only have 2s and 5s on them. So all the command pips in the world, David, what would you like to do?
So can you take the 2 maneuverable bow levy on my right? I want to
They want to surrender?
turn
Or
them. No, they're fear the bow levy. I want to turn them to face that column. So the one on my furthest right needs to spin a little bit and pull back. Spin and pull back.
You're going to make this painful, aren't you?
So the right corner of that end, the right front corner of that end bow levy needs to move diagonally back, kind of toward the archer.
I can use this actually as a gauge. So something like this. Basically,
Yeah. Yes.
that's about as far as they can move. They're so limited
Okay.
in movement. So
Okay. That's 1.
that's 1. You got
Okay.
4 up.
Now can you move?
Well, sorry,
my-
no, that's 2. That was 2 because we moved both of them.
Sorry, 2. Can you move my battle line, my main battle line forward?
Keeping bow
2.
levy or not?
Yeah, keep the bow levy.
Okay.
I love the
so
bow levy.
You love the bow levy. All right, so the entire battle line has come forward into the deadly arc of shower shooting.
Okay. That leaves me with 2. Can you move the archer that's near the bow levy? Yeah, toward them, alongside them, basically.
Well, you can't
Yeah.
get alongside, although, well, no, he would be
Lined up
within-
with them.
If you move him again, he's going to be within 8 as soon as he moves, so he can't move anymore.
He's fine where he is.
Okay? Got one left.
Okay, so I have 1 left. Can you move the archers forward, the other archers forward into that gap?
Up next to the mounted?
Nah, just into the gap.
Just straight forward?
Yeah.
Well, they can get like here, for example, and then they're at least a group. In case you want to bring them along for the ride.
You think I want groups? All right, that's fine. That's a nice suggestion.
Would you like me to move them off just a little bit so they're not in a group?
No, that's fine. Fine.
By the way, the reason we keep talking about making groups in this game is because of the command pip. Obviously, with command point control, it's always better to be in a group if there's not much difference in the position than to not be in a group. So, for example, that wouldn't have been very sensible because there's no advantage whatsoever. That is. Because it doesn't really make that much difference in placement. Okay, it's the Egyptians' turn. Terrence, you ready for a big roll?
Whoa, you forgot.
Oh, wait, I'm so
shower
sorry.
shooting.
I completely forgot. You get to shoot. Shower shooting is so new. Oh, and by the way, you get to shoot with the artillery, too. Because
All
his
right,
end of his line is now in artillery range.
No, that's only during his turn.
Well, but we'll just get him warmed up. So don't shoot this guy too far back, okay? All right,
Okay.
so
Good
on
to know.
David's turn, the 3 elite cavalry are going to take a shower shooting shot. Now, they get a +2. You're shooting at heavy foot, so they're going to be a +3 to receive fire. So
Okay.
we'll be rolling
Does
2
the
dice
general get an
simultaneously.
advantage for being when he's shooting?
What's that?
Does the general get an advantage when he's shooting?
Yeah,
No.
he looks better when he's doing it.
He
Because
looks
he's got
better,
nicer
right?
clothes. Yeah, he's got nicer
so
looking clothes.
the advantage he gets in close combat, he doesn't get in shooting.
Does not get in shooting. The shooting advantages for generals are when they're being shot at. So when you shoot at a general, it's a -1. So all right.
Okay.
So I got both dice fired up.
Let's take the guy on the rightmost shooter on my side.
Yep.
Okay.
Shooting
And
here.
he'll go against the guy in front of him. Yeah.
Got it. Here we go. Okay. So the results. This guy got a 7, and you shot at a 4. So nothing happens.
4 to 8.
4 to 8. Nothing happens. Other way around would have been nice for you.
Yep.
General, you want to go next?
Yep.
Same guy or this guy?
The guy in actually the guy in front of the knight.
Okay, in front of the knights.
Yep.
All right, so +2 for you, +3 for the Crusaders. Once again, they got an 8, you got a 6, so nothing happens.
Okay. And then the third shooter on that same guy who just got shot at.
All right. This time you did achieve something. So they only got a 7, and you got a 7, so you achieved a tie, which is also a no result.
Woohoo!
So that was a whole lot of nothing. Now we should roll for your command pips, correct?
Yep.
Okay. 3. Oh, we got something other than a 5. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, I rolled the wrong die, but we'll keep the 3. So, 3 command pips. And you do have an artillery shot this time, and you still have the ability to shoot with these guys if you don't move. Just checking your artillery. You actually very
knights-
close.
My knights haven't moved. My knights haven't moved, so they should be out of range.
The knights are still out of range. Yeah, the juicy target's still out of range. And hiding behind more knights, even. So, there's nothing more satisfying than shooting a knight general with a piece of artillery. So, Terrence, do we need to pause for a strategy session, or are you good to go?
No. So let's do this. Let's take the skirmisher and have him join the line with the mounted.
He is just out of range to be a group. He would be just shy.
Okay.
So he's just shy of the front edge, but at least he's stopping any tricky, sneaky bow levy maneuvers, which would have taken at least 4 turns of movement to do. That's 1.
Okay.
Horse bow, direct frontal charge into the bow levy.
I think we're going to wait just a little bit on that. And then let's get the inside bow levy lined up with the main line and shift it out like he's going to come and join the skirmisher, which is aspirational at best.
I'm not. Yeah, I've got to see if he's got enough movement to even do that. I think he can. Yeah.
He can certainly line up. I don't know how much.
Yeah, he'll be on this back corner. If you wanted to be a column, the skirmisher certainly could have pulled back to the back corner. Now they're in a, yeah, actually that would have made more sense. The skirmisher's in a group, even though he's
All right,
a skirmisher.
that's fine. Let's do
in
that.
rough. You have a column. You have a bow levy skirmisher column. So that leaves you one more.
Okay, and then let's get the other bow levy at least lined up with them.
So we can put him there.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to shoot him now or wait till you get home?
Let's shoot with the artillery first.
Oh boy. So artillery has got a little bit bigger firepower. So looking at your shooting QRS, you'll see the artillery shoots at a +4. It doesn't fight well in hand-to-hand, but it does shoot really well. So you'll have a +4 on your dice, and the the heavy foot will still have a +3.
Okay.
Here we go. Uh-oh. 9 to 5. All right, so you didn't double them, you don't kill them, but you do push them back.
Okay. And then with the shower shooting, let's take the leftmost shooter and shoot at the guy who was in front of the right there.
There?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have the leftmost shower shooter. He's shooting at the heavy foot in front of the knights. It is a +2 to +3 in favor of the knight, of the heavy foot. Okay, so we have a 7 to a 5. So the closed order troops are going to be pushed back, and because they're close order, they're going to push the knights back with them. So now you have a little chunk in the line. So now where would you like to shoot? You have this guy and this guy. They have 2 possible targets. Actually, you can't quite shoot that guy again. This one could shoot over here, and these other 2 are eligible targets.
So let's shoot the rightmost guy.
Yep.
At the guy right in front of him.
Oh, right in front of him. Okay. +2, +3. That was a good shot. So 8 to 6, which is enough to push him back and form a nice little group there. Now, would you like the general to shoot him again because he's still in
Yeah,
range?
I would like the general to shoot him again.
That's what I thought. But this time it didn't work.
No avail.
Yep. All right, so that's all the shooting. We don't have any close combat, and it is the Crusaders' turn. So, David, here's your command pips. I'm going to pause for a second so that Dave can yell at me, and then we'll be right back.
Pip rolls.
Here we go. So, David's done yelling at me about the pip roll, so we're going to restart. So, David, with your 1 command pip, what is your game-winning move?
That's a good question. So if I move my 2 bow levy attack force toward his horse bow, how close can I get to them?
Close enough for them to still completely ignore you and ride around you happily anyway. They're not. Yeah.
Too bad I can't. Too bad
Chasing his horse bow with bow levy is probably not going to be very fruitful. You could move your archer.
Too bad I don't have that. Yeah, meh. Too bad I don't have the bow levy battle card.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What? No, I will tell you, your archer is in range of forming a group with them. However, if you put your archer on the end of that line, you're just going to make it. I mean, I don't know. It depends on. He's going to have to get out of command range. You're going to put it so that he has to get out of command range to ride around the end of your massive bow levy line.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to move the archers up and mess up the bow levy's attack capabilities. So.
That'll just distract them.
If I move the column of 2 knights forward toward the light foot, how far away will I be when I'm done with that move?
Well, when you get done with that move, they can move 5, So you'll be
then
just outside of 3, which means that the light foot could, well, if they wanted to, they could attack you, obviously. I mean, you're going to have to get into artillery range to do that.
Okay.
Now you can bring the archer with you, but he'll still be out of shot range as well.
Well, he'll just slow me
He doesn't
down.
go 5.
Then
He'll
you can
just
only
slow
go
me
3.
down.
Yeah. But if you
He'll
went,
just slow me down.
But if you went 3 with these guys,
No, I don't want to go 3. That's
that
not
wouldn't be
smart.
good. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so you want to go 5?
Okay. I'm still thinking.
You still have the expendable knights in front of your general, so I'm sure that Terrence won't mind clearing the path for the general to gloriously charge to victory.
Well, if those were Bo Levy, I'd send them in for sure. But since they're knights, I'm going to hesitate. I think.
You want to reform your line so he can take it apart again?
Well, he's going to shoot at me regardless. I think you had to roll 1 for me this turn, Rod.
I did, yes. You could use the
All
one.
I wanted
command
was,
pip-
like,
you-
3.
You could use the one command pip to pull this guy back into line, but I'm not sure what
That-
that would achieve other than make
That doesn't really do much.
No. I'm waiting for charge through. When's charge through going to happen?
Can you move the knight on the right, the far right, back in a group with the other knight?
Oh boy.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
Ooh, they're revving up. They're revving up.
It's like a
Okay.
slingshot. He's pulling it back, ready to fire. Okay, here we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, wait, I keep
Sour
forgetting.
shooting! Sour shooting!
I keep forgetting about shower shooting. It's really throwing me off. Okay, it's the first time playing with shower shooting, you guys, and I should point out in this video that we are experimenting with this as a draft rule. It's available online through the Meshwesh Army Builder system, but it's still considered draft form because we're still debating the merits of it and how it plays in the battle. So we have 3 guys who can shower shoot.
And then there's the artillery. So what's the artillery range? Or
The
do they
artillery,
shoot the guy out of range?
it's not
Artillery doesn't shoot now.
It's not your turn to fire the artillery because this is still David's turn, and
Oh,
you have a target.
Overeager.
You have a target on your turn. All right, so
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's take the general and fire at that, not the guy in front of him, but the guy to his right.
Okay, so the guy to his right. All right, so you're going to be a +2, and he is a
Wait, let's
+3.
make sure we're talking about the same guy. There's a group of 2. The one who's next to the single guy is
The one that will cause Dave the most pain and suffering by making
Correct.
another group.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. That one was pretty obvious. Oh, but you didn't shoot very well.
All right, and then the guy in front of that same guy.
Okay. Once again, you didn't shoot very well.
Okay, and
So
then
you want to shoot here
Yeah, let's shoot the guy in front of that guy. Yep.
in front of the knight?
That group. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Does he have a target?
Yeah, he
Oh,
does,
never
but
mind.
it
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So as you can see, shower shooting versus heavy foot, it's a tough slog.
Yeah, but I want to remind you, it's called shower shooting, not power wash shooting, right?
Yeah,
So
it's not power
it's
wash.
just a
All right,
shower.
so now would you like to roll your command pips?
Please do, yes.
Okay. Did you want a 1 or 6?
6 would be good.
Oh, wait.
Rod, can you roll again? Because I said
too
6
slow.
would be good.
Too slow.
Okay.
There. So Dan, you can't say that I'm not impartial in this.
Yeah, except for he's got all the shower shooting.
Well, I will remind you that you made the suggestion for the army list. Okay, so
I did build the army list. That's right.
So let's take the group of 5 mounted so that the general makes contact with the lone guy.
That's
and
really
the jab-
mean.
And the jab
All right.
jab kept behind.
No, hold on. Can I explain this rule, Rod?
Yep.
Can I explain it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, as a group, they can line up with both those stands before they contact by just shifting over
Correct.
to be in alignment. Or they can come forward as a group and contact both The only one that shifts into combat is the single stand of heavy foot.
Correct.
The other one would be incidental contact.
Right. So if he brings this one over like this, they would stay there. This guy would shift over if he wants to.
My question is, and I can't judge because of the camera angle.
Yep.
Does the Jav Cav, who we're talking about, if in Dave's turn Dave attacked the Jav Cav, does the Jav Cav have a recoil?
Yes, he does now. He doesn't if he shifts. If he shifts over, he will not. Well, he would. He would because he'd be lined up with the skirmisher and push them back.
That's what I can't tell from the camera.
So
right?
if I was trying to cause David the most pain, I would go in like this, and then I would force this guy to come over.
Yep.
What you have on the end here, as David pointed out, is just incidental contact. So you don't have any combat. You have really close, not touching you.
Okay.
Here you have a double overlapped heavy foot fighting an elite cav general. So you have a very good opportunity for a kill.
Right. Okay. So let's do that as our one pip move.
Now, in doing that,
Overlappers?
you still, believe it or not, you still have an artillery shot
Okay.
because you can see the full side of this guy's space.
So let's do the artillery shot.
All right. So you're +4 to his +3. Okay, so we have a 6 to a 9. So this guy's going to pull back 1 base.
Okay. And then the overlappers, are they allowed to shower shoot?
No,
The overlappers
because
move.
they moved.
They move.
They
So
moved.
once you move, you
Okay.
don't get the shower shoot. You got to
You know,
stand still to
right.
shower
All
shoot.
right. So then let's resolve that single combat.
All right, so we have a heavy foot versus mounted. They would normally be a +3, but they're double overlap, so they're going to be a +1. So -1 for each overlap. And the elite cav general would normally be a 3, +1 for the general is a 4, so it's a 4 to 1. We also should point out that heavy foot cannot kill elite cav in a straight fight. The best they could do if they had doubled them was cause them to evade back. So here we go. I think that he's really, really dead. So we have a 10 to a 2. So he
Is there a
doubled.
bonus? Is there a spiritual bonus for quintupling him?
Yes, you killed his ancestors as well.
Okay, all right.
And then, of course, your elite cav general, because he doubled, will charge forward and leave him in just initial contact with the next guy in line. And that's 1 kill for the Egyptians. All right, so that's it for that combat round. Crusader's turn. 3. All right, 3 command pips, Dave.
Great.
Great. That was your favorite heavy foot too, wasn't it?
He was kind of just in the way.
Which is sort of the life story of most of the heavy foot in a Crusader army.
So, Rod, can you, the heavy foot that's slightly in front of his general,
Yep.
I want to align with the mounted that it's more in front of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So you'd like him to. Now he is in zone of control, but he can still move to MU if he does not attack anybody else. And he's not attacking; he's just aligning.
Is he still in, I want him to be in corner to corner. Is he in corner to corner?
He is in corner to corner. Correct.
Okay. Then I want to bring the knight over to fight the general.
Okay.
That's the second command point.
Okay. Got one
Um,
left. You want to bring this
and
guy
then,
over, or
I want to push him up into combat with the. Actually, do I? Yeah,
or do
I'll push
you
him up
want
into
to
combat with that guy.
Okay, he's in double Zoc, so he could fight this guy, or he could just scooch over to touch the knight on the corner. You want to fight?
I want him to fight that guy.
All right. He'll be a.
Otherwise,
one.
he'll just get shot. And actually, from that standpoint, can you push up the one that shifted over into corner to corner, it should probably use as much of its move as it can, just be,
Well, hey, Dave, I want to
Yeah.
point out to you, since you can't see from the unclear angle, if you actually bring this guy over into side contact with his rear corner on the front corner of your knight, he'll be overlapping this guy. If he gets shot and pushed back, he'll still be overlapping the general. And he's not in combat.
yeah. That's okay, I want him in combat.
All right. So,
And then,
1, 2, 3.
but the first one I moved,
Yeah.
I want that to be, actually, I want it to be all the way up in combat. Just put him up into combat.
All right.
If he falls back, will he still be overlapping?
Correct. Both of them
The
will,
knight-
because his
Yep.
Alright.
knight general is a little bit more than a heavy foot base depth in.
Okay, I just didn't want the shower shooting to push them off of overlap, so just push him in.
He should be exactly at a heavy base depth. Sorry, that's just
Yeah.
being accurate. Okay, so you now have a staggered thing. They're in combat. If they fall back, they'll be next to the knight.
All right, we're just going all in because we want to avoid losing the overlaps from shower shooting.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yep. You've
Okay.
eliminated the shower shooting possibility because they're all in combat. They can't shower shoot from combat.
It's that pesky shower shooting. I had to get rid of it.
Okay.
Crusaders do not like showers.
Got it.
All right, so I get to choose the combat. I'm going to use the knight against the elite cav general.
All right. So knight versus the elite cav general. So the elite cav
Yep.
general is now double overlap. So he would normally be a +3, +1 for the general versus mounted. He'd be a +4, but he's down for 2 overlaps. So he will be a +2. The knight is a
Yeah.
+4 versus mounted. So it's +4 to +2. Here we go. And the knight gets an 8, and the elite cav general gets a 4. So that will be enough to double him. However, he is elite
Nice
cav.
job, Rod.
Huh? Well, he's
Nice
elite
job.
cav. Remember, elite cav are not killed in a straight fight versus knights. So if you look at what happens when they're doubled,
They panic.
elite cav will panic. So a panic move, still very annoying for you, will pull him back a base depth. It will spin him completely around. So first he falls back a base depth, which he has room to fall back, so that doesn't kill him. And now he's going to move a full move distance towards the rear edge, straight back. And if something got in his way, once he starts the panic move, he would be destroyed. But he's got an open field to run, so he runs away. And the knight is going to charge forward so that his back corner will be on the rear corner of these heavy foot. Because knights always charge forward, and they also doubled, so they would charge forward anyway. So there we go. David, where would you
Cool.
like to fight next?
I'll fight with the heavy foot on my right of the knight.
Okay? So your heavy foot on the right is going to normally be a +3 versus mounted. He's down for an overlap because of the jav cav, so he'll be a 2. The elite cav would normally be a 3, but down because of the overlap from the knight, so it's a 2. So it's +2, +2. Uh-oh. So,
Nice.
8 to 4, another doubling. Once again, though, elite cav versus heavy foot, which have no missile capability and very little speed, causes a fall back and an evade move. Evade not quite as bad as panic, so that just means that they're going to go straight back. 4 MUs still facing the enemy. They should be right on their corner. Okay. And since
And
they
my
doubled,
heavy foot goes forward.
they're
Yeah.
going to be lined up with their knights coming forward because they doubled. All right, so we have the same thing over here, a +2, +2. And the Crusaders are on fire. So we have a 4 to 7. Not quite enough for the doubling, so we're just going to do a pullback. So This time the heavy foot will not come forward. They didn't double, and the elite foot will just fall back. All right, so that looks a little bit better for the Crusaders. And it is the
No
Egyptians'
complaints.
turn. Huh?
No complaints here.
No complaints? All right, you're happy now? All right, Terrence,
No, I'm not
here we
happy,
go.
but I'm not complaining.
I just want to say we should retire the red dice for the next game, okay?
Okay,
You
for the
know,
next
no
game,
one died. No one died.
Maybe.
Thanks so much. Okay.
You're welcome. By the way, as always, I will always offer that you guys can roll your own dice and you do the honor system reporting.
No, I prefer you rolling for Terrence, Rod. Keep going.
You got it.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. You're the best player on Dave's team. So can
He knows I need help.
With those two, can we turn the general around and bring him forward as far as he can go?
All right, so turning him around and bringing him forward will basically put him at the back corner of the other guy.
Okay. And then the other elite cav can join the general.
Okay. So as you can see, that panic is not it's not death, but it is effectively almost like a route move because it puts him a whole turn out of combat without spending the command tips to
So
bring him
how
back.
far away are we from the knight right now?
You are about a base depth. Or
Am
base
I
width,
within
sorry, about a
shower
base-
shooting range?
You are within shower shooting range. Yes.
Okay. So
Everything here
I-
is within shower shooting range. But
I
they move.
do. I know, but I do want to shower shoot with the knight with the other elite cav.
Okay. Now, shower shooting versus the knight's going to be a little more effective because knights have a tendency to be susceptible to massed archery fire. So the knight is going to be a +2 for receiving. The heavy foot, much better at taking the shower shooting. So +2 to +2. And are we ready to shower shoot? We've got all our moves in, so I think your artillery. Yeah, you shot your only target out of range. So we've got one shot here. +2, +2. Not good enough. So the knight.
Rod,
ignores
can
it.
you take out the die that rolls other than just 2?
Yeah, I think that's in the other room. I'll have to
I
go
think
get
that's the 6th 2 in a row.
It's just saving for crucial moments, Terrence.
I hope so.
It's
Okay.
rolled a few
Anyway,
5s, just not for combat.
Okay.
All right, so that's it for the Egyptians' turn. So it's time to roll for David's command points. David, you got a 5.
So is the
I see everything. I'm sitting in front of the table.
right? Is there any way for my heavy foot to flank that jav cav without
Here?
So his jav cav in front of I can't tell where the sadly I can't tell where the not on that side, the other side.
That's Bo Levy. Your Bo
Oh, we're
Levy.
slightly no. I'm talking about the interior one, but are we
Oh.
slightly in front of the jav cav?
No. The issue with the flanking here, though, is you can't turn on the flank because of the zone of control from the 2 elite cav. So these 2 elite cav are covering the flanks of the guys in front of them.
I couldn't tell how far back those
Yeah,
were.
they're not far enough back for what you're trying to do, no.
Okay. Is my knight in zone of control of that
No.
guy opposite him?
No.
This knight?
No.
Yeah.
No, the knight in the center. The knight in the
This knight-
center.
This knight would
Yeah.
be, I believe he's just out of zone of control. Yeah, he's just out. So he is not controlled.
Okay. Hmm.
David doesn't know what to do with all these command pips.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to kill something. It's very difficult for me to kill stuff, so I'm trying to figure out if there's some way to do that.
Well, you do have the
So is my-
night column over here.
Yeah, I know. So I'm having trouble seeing where the my heavy foot is directly in front of his jav cab, but no, not there, on the other side, by the bow levy. But we're not lined up, correct?
No, you are not
Correct.
lined up.
Okay.
Do you want to line up?
I think so. I'm still considering. What I want to do. Actually, I think that's what I want to do. Can you move the bow levy to make room for the heavy foot to actually move to their right to get to the corner to corner and make space for the knights to come up?
The only way they could do that would be to back the bow levy up.
Can they do it by moving forward
Maybe.
toward
Yeah,
the
they could do it.
skirmishers?
They could move forward, but it would put them, just in front of them.
Sure, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you want these guys to slide over within their 2 MU movement limit?
Yeah.
I assume you
To
want
corner
them
to corner.
corner to corner with the jav cab.
Yeah.
Okay. Bringing him in.
Yeah. That's
That's
three.
3 command pips.
Just for that where I might die. Yeah. Okay.
This is a tough one. It is very hard for the Light Crusaders to get kills in this particular setup because these guys.
Well,
are
and the
so
shower shooting,
Yeah.
this shower shooting is definitely makes this way more difficult. I want to pull the knights back so they're just outside of shower shooting, if that's possible. The knights in the center. Yeah.
They're now just outside of shower shooting.
Am I still protecting my flank?
Which flank? This flank?
Both. Yeah.
Yes, you are still protecting both flanks of the heavy foot.
Okay. Does that leave me with one command point left?
That will leave you with 1 command point left.
Okay. I think I want to move. So is my heavy foot that's in front of my archers on the left zocking his cavalry, his jav cav?
Here? Yes.
Yeah. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now I'm just gonna go for it. Can you move my column of knights straight toward the light foot, the full movement?
Yep. Leaving the archer behind, of course.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's it.
Hopefully my heavy foot has a fallback there, but I think they do. It's really hard for me to tell.
Yes, they do. 1
Okay.
fallback. All right. Okay, we have 1 combat. So the knights would be a +4 versus mounted, and the jav cav would normally be a +2 versus mounted, but they're double overlap, so they're going to be a 0. So it's 4
But
to
on the
0.
upside, if we do win,
You shatter
kill him.
knights.
right.
So if you win, the knight is dead. But if he doubles you, you don't get the magic evade, you actually die. Here we go, for all the marbles. Uh-oh. So he got a 10 to your 4. So the jav cav
I killed something. I killed something.
You killed something, yes you did. And the knights charged forward because they're so excited and they doubled.
Uh-oh.
All right. So we have a score of 4 to 3 now in favor of the Crusaders. Okay, so command points. Here
All
we
right,
go.
Rod, before you roll, I just want to say, if you roll a 2 or a 1, I'm going to officially ask for a different die, okay?
I could go get another one right now if you want.
Why don't you then? You have another big one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Would you like this one changed out? All right, here we
Yeah,
go. We're
let's change
pausing.
that.
Recording
Okay, start the recording.
Recording for posterity. This is the new red dice.
So are
This
you
is
sure
the
that
old
the
red
rules
dice.
allow for that? Are you sure the rules allow switching your dice?
There's nothing in the rules about switching your dice. That's between you and your opponent. So, all right.
Or was
so,
that some other game I remember playing?
That's some other game you remember playing. Okay, so and we are back on and recording now with Terrence's new die. Okay, and this is for your command pips, Terrence. It's brand new.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 6.
All right. That's an
So apparently
improvement.
that worked out for Terrence.
Yeah.
I'm playing the rest of this game under protest.
Okay. So Terrence, you have 6 command pips. What do you want to do with them?
That is a good question.
Would you like to move the artillery so you can get a better shot on these knights, or do you want to shoot them this time? Just kidding. So you will get an artillery shot at a column of knights. You do have shower shooting opportunities in front of you. However, you do have an exposed hole / flank right here with a knight that's about to charge through it.
I'm kind of shocked that you left my bow levy in that weird position, Rod. I thought you had shifted it over. That was not ideal.
I couldn't actually shift it over at the time that we did that move.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He didn't have
Maybe
the
I
move
could
to do
have.
that.
I could go back and do the replay, the rewind tape.
No, it's okay. No worries.
Okay, let's start with taking the bow levy and lining it up with the elite cav, because those are two things that usually go together well.
Well, when you say line it up, you mean put it side by side, right?
Yeah, side
because
by
he
side.
can't get to front corner. He doesn't move that fast.
Okay.
That's as far. So he's lined up. He's plugging the hole. But he doesn't move fast enough to get all the way to the front corner. That'd be a diagonal he can't do.
Okay. The day may have come to swarm the bow levy, but I'm thinking about. I'm pondering that.
It's always a good idea to charge bow levy with horse bow in the open. I've done it. I've done it before, and after you do it, I'll let you know how my results were.
Look, it's a mixed bag. I understand that. So
They do shatter them.
yeah, but they can be killed also. So so let's the Jav Cav that's on the far end, the remaining Jav Cav, he is zocked by that.
He is in zone of control by this heavy foot right
yes,
here.
okay. Two to two. It's just there's not super great opportunities here. If I'm well, let me ask you this: distance-wise, does the general is he able to shoot that lone heavy foot?
This one or this one?
No, that one, yeah.
Yes.
Distance-wise, he is.
He can shoot this one.
Okay. So I think I pull back that elite cav to line up with the other elite cav. And I pull back the Jav Cav to line up with them.
Dave's winning the maximum group award, though. You want to do anything over here or over here?
That's just what I'm considering right now. So,
So I don't know how wise it would be to attack the bow levy, but it would definitely speed up our game, which I would appreciate because I can't stay too much longer.
how about we move the bow levy that's in the bed going forward as far as it can go? And the light foot, can he move through the artillery to wind up on the other side of it?
Well, yes. He's got enough movement.
Artillery's close order.
It's closed order, but he's got enough movement to go around him. He moves.
So,
he moves 5.
And that leaves us with 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'd like to do is take the horse archers. Actually, that's a good question.
They're still in command. If they go as a column forward, they can do it for 1 command point. After that, they're going to be getting really, really close to out of command.
I think they actually turn around, and they're going to make a U wheel that way. Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, you want to do.
And they should still be out of zone of control for them there, right? For the bow levy, the bow levy.
Yes, they would be. So you want to do that? Turn around and go this way?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not going to shorten the game.
I don't think he's trying to shorten it. I think he's trying to win it.
Rod, can you point that other guy, shift them so the tail end is not quite so close to the bow levy? I'd like it to be more than, I'd like the tail end of the column to be not zockable in one move.
That would have been impossible.
All right.
Because there wasn't enough, that U was tight enough that wouldn't have been able to do that. If he moves this forward, he'll be able to zock the tail.
You know what? Whoa. Do the U the other way. In the other direction.
You want me to recreate? Well, then I'm just going to do this.
Yeah. How about that?
I'm going to have to just guess on that one because I moved them all. Yeah, they could have gone that way. However, that is going to put them. That would have put them out of command control because they were already at the limit on the one edge. All right.
Are they out? Are you saying they're out right now?
Now they're out because they would have viewed out of command control to do that.
All right.
So the penalty for not being zockable is going to be they're out of command range.
Got it.
All right.
So artillery shooting at the lead knight.
Well, do you want to shoot that first, or do you want to shower shoot first?
I want to shoot that first.
Although the only guy that can shower shoot is the general. These two moved. This guy moved. I'm sorry, the general and the guy next to him.
Yeah, they didn't move, so they're shots. But anyway, but let's do the artillery one first.
All right. +4, +2.
I can't see.
Not so good.
5 to 6. Okay, yeah, that's not so
5
good.
to 6. So didn't affect the knight. He's still coming.
Okay, so let's do the next guy, not the general, the other one who can shoot at the knight.
At the knight. Okay.
Yeah.
So +2, +2. Well, that's better, but it's still a tie.
Well, it's a better roll anyway. Okay, and then
6 to 6.
The general against the heavy foot that's next to the knight.
Okay. +2, +3. That one you want. Sorry, you tied.
No, it's a tie. So
Tied. So you have +5 and you have a 5. All right, that's all the shooting. There is no combat. David,
Yeah.
ready? All I can see,
Yeah.
David, is the glorious sunshine from the Lord Crusader coming through the back
We're
window
fighting
there,
for
so.
we're fighting for all Christendom.
I see
Yes.
that. You've got that halo effect going. You get 2 command pips.
It didn't help.
It did not help at all.
So my knight, can it reach the artillery?
Your knight, can it reach the artillery? Well, where do you want to reach him? You can't hit him in the flank, but you
It
can hit him
can't-
in the front.
Okay,
Would you like to hit
if
him
I
in
reach
front?
it, can the general get to overlap on it?
Yes. So you want to hit him in the front and overlap him with the general?
No, what I wanted was 3 command points.
I brought the other blue die if you wanted to switch, so just so you know.
All right, so I need to leave the front knight in. So put the front knight into frontal combat. Okay, so that's 1.
Yep. He's overlapped by the light foot right now.
Yeah.
So he'll be a 2 to the artillery's 2.
Yeah. The heavy foot that's in front of the archer at an angle.
That one.
If I bring him all the way up, I want to zock the jab cav.
Oh.
So can you
okay.
bring him up alongside the?
Well, to zone
Yeah.
of control the jav cab, he's going to have to go farther, which he can do. He'd have to be in front, rear corner to front corner contact. So it'd still be a staggered formation.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine. Can he go further? I want him to go as far.
He can go a little bit farther, but
What?
yeah, he can go a little farther. Now this is in zone of control. Okay,
I wanted him to do his maximum. I needed him to do his maximum move.
That was his maximum move.
Are you sure?
Wait. Yes. Now I'm sure.
All right, that's fine. That's where he is.
He's
Okay.
in zone of control. He's not going to get. He's not going to get any more zone of control than that. You're worried about him getting shot out of zone of control, right?
Correct. I needed to make sure he was going as far as possible, but that's fine. Okay.
Next.
That's all I got.
that's it. That's it.
So you want to do this one?
Shower shooting.
No, it's shower shooting.
David, do you want to do shower shooting? Or should we skip that?
No, I don't, but he's got it.
The elite cavalry on the other side versus the knight.
Versus the knight. +2, +2. Nothing.
Okay, and the general against,
The same target as usual.
yeah, the same foot target.
All right. +2, +3. Oh, wait a minute. I might have left a mark.
7 to 4.
No, you got to 6-1 them.
7 to 4.
So 7 to 4. But you do back him up.
Right. And then the other heavy foot that just moved up to Zoc.
Okay, +2, +3. That one you didn't touch.
Nope. Okay.
All right, so we have the big combat. You have a knight charging into foot target. He would normally be a 3. He's overlapped by the light foot, so he's a 2. Artillery is +2 in close combat versus everybody, but artillery is shattered if it loses. Are we ready? Any dice changes before I roll?
No, let's go with what you got.
The Crusaders win by 1. 6 to
Okay.
5. So we have an 8 to a 7. The artillery is shattered. The knights always charge forward in victory. So now our Egyptians are down 7 points to 3.
Okay. Egyptian turn.
It is the Egyptian turn. 6.
Okay, let's
Apparently
take
that die
two.
change is working
Let's
for
take 2 pips to bring the horse cav behind the staying out of 8, but behind that bad going.
you.
Well,
Okay.
it's the front one that you're going to have to worry about. So no other. Since we're the lone that one.
The bow
Yeah,
levy.
that's what I'm just double checking both of them here. So basically, they want to come this way. I'll use my other stick. You want to do something like that,
Yeah.
okay? Let me see if the last guy's got the movement to do that. Yep, no problem.
Okay, that's 2.
So that was 2
But now
because they were out of command control when they started, but now they're in command control.
So now we'll spend 1 to basically drive them in the direction of the light foot, staying out of enemy range there, so they continue to multiple move.
So something like that.
Yep.
Making sure I'm staying out of range. Okay, we're good. He's got to go back a little bit. There we go. Okay,
So that's 3.
that's 3. So you got 3 left.
Okay. The light foot is gonna go. He moves 5 or 4.
Lightfoot can go 5.
5.
So he's gonna move directly to the Lightfoot's own left.
5.
Yep.
Okay, he's
And
running
actually-
away bravely.
Actually, he'll move a little bit less than that so that he can get his corner pointing so the guy's not able to flank him.
Means something like that.
Something like that, right?
Okay.
So that's 4, right?
Yep. So you got 2 left.
So does the bow levy in the rough going does he have enough distance to move to corner contact with Dave's
Yes.
standing bow levy?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll move the skirmisher into contact with the bow levy also.
All right, that's it. Shower shooting
Shower shooting. Let's go on the knight first.
again. +2, +2. No.
No.
Want to shoot this?
Let's go
the
on the
heavy foot might
Zocker.
be
No,
They're
let's
still
go
in
on the
range.
Zocker. On
Huh?
the Zocker.
here.
On the Zocker. Yeah.
All right. +2, +3. No.
Okay.
The general has 2 options, there or there. So heavy foot.
Let's do the one. The one
You're right.
closest to the Zocker. Let's do the one closest to the Zocker.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. +2, +3. That one you actually did. So you got a
7
4.
to 4.
to 7.
Yeah. So
You
it
got a
doesn't kill
6.
him, but
You got to 6-1 him to with that shower shooting. You got to 6-1 him in order to kill him. Archery, it's a 5-5-1 will do it. Okay, so that's all the
Close
shooting. We have
combat.
1 combat.
right.
Hmm?
So that looks like 2 to 1.
Yeah, your skirmisher is going to be a 2. The bow levy would normally be a 2, but the bow levy is in overlap. So it's going to be a 2-1 in favor of the skirmisher. Skirmisher gets a 5. Bow levy gets a 2. So the bow levy is doubled. And the skirmisher charges forward.
Is his corner still in the bad going?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not going to help him much because all of his exposed combat edges are outside.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. That's as much as we could do.
Okay. David, command points. 4.
So what do I have? Is my knight? Oh, I see him there.
We have
Okay.
exactly one group. This bow levy. Everybody else is individually based.
Yeah, I see. So is my knight in the zoc of the bow levy, of his bow levy?
Yes, I believe it is. Yes. So your heavy foot could slide over into combat, your knight could slide over into overlap, but
Yeah.
heavy foot be the better combatant against that anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot flank him because of the zoc of the bow levy.
Can you bring my knight general up alongside the heavy foot on my left?
Here.
Yeah, does it make it that far?
Yeah, no problem. You want it there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. Can you run the other knight, the advanced knight? I want to run it basically to get into attack range of the camp.
And also zocking the light foot, I assume?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes, it can do that. So you're now in attack range of the camp. And you're in your zone of control of Lightfoot without being in the Lightfoot zone of control.
Yeah.
Nothing beats sacking the enemy camp with a knight, except maybe with a knight general.
Was my knight general, was that his maximum move to get there, or did he have a little bit more?
He had like a few more millimeters he could have gone.
Can you just wheel him forward a few millimeters so he's zocking that Jev Kev as well? There you go. Thank you. I have 2 left.
Could spend it wheeling these guys back into battle, but I think that the horsebow feint has effectively taken the archer and the bow levy out of the game, which is another, by the way, very effective tactic with fast movers. The guys that respond to them are so slow they can't get back into the battle now, but the horsebow can.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I've used that trick on my son a few times. It works really well.
So I want to can I bring the knight straight back to form a group
Yes.
with those
Yeah,
2 heavy
if
foot?
they go back their base up, they will be in a group with the heavy foot.
Are they out of shower shooting range?
I don't think so. Yes, they are. Well, no, they are just inside shower shooting of their favorite shower shooting attacker.
Okay.
If they go back to the back corner,
All right.
like this heavy foot, they
Here's a
won't.
question. Are the heavy foot to their left in charge range of that elite cav?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can you charge them into the elite cav and charge the knight up into the bow levy?
All the way. Okay. Yeah, that would have been your last 2 pips then.
All right, I like that.
Okay.
Can you pause it, Rod?
I can pause it. Okay, so David's just completed his 4 pip command pip move, and we've got shower shooting for the Egyptians. So we have elite cav here and elite cav general. The only target that you have, the elite cav general has lost his target, so you only have one shower shot.
Okay, so a shower shot on that heavy foot.
You got it. +2, +3. Okay, that didn't do anything.
Okay. So
We
let's go
have
to close
combat. So, Dave, where would you like to start?
I would like to start on the elite cav. Yeah.
Okay, the elite cav is overlapped by your knight, and your heavy foot is overlapped by the elite cav general. So he would start at a 3, he goes down to a 2. The elite cav would start at a 3, goes down to a 2, so it's 2 to 2.
Yeah.
There we go. We have 6 to 4, so you're going to push the elite cav back, which I assume was your goal. That
It's
takes
better
the
than me
overlap-
falling back.
That takes the overlap off of the knights. So the knights are now going to be a 3 versus a bow levy, which are also a 3.
Yes.
Okay? +3, +3. However, the bow levy are shattered by the knights in the open. And they tie.
Ah. Okay, cool.
All right. So at this point, it'll be the Egyptians' turn, and we're going to pause for a brief break, and then we'll come back to this.